Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin and the plateau of the 20-week SMA. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Remember, the sale on the premium list will be ending in less than a week. So if you guys want to lock in the lower rate, make sure you do that. You have less than a week to do so. You can find a link to that in the description below. There's a video on the website that shows you what you'll get access to, so just watch that video if you're curious about that. Let's go ahead and jump in. So the bull market support band, again, is a combination of the 20-week SMA for Bitcoin and the 21-week EMA. And the 21-week EMA is an exponential moving average, and so it weights recent prices heavier than older prices. Therefore, it's quicker to react to recent movements in the price. Because of this, the 21-week EMA is moving down relatively quickly. It reached a high of over $46,000, but now it is all the way down at around $43,000. On the other hand, the 20-week SMA is sort of plateauing up here at just shy of $49,000. Okay, just shy of $49,000. It is not rolled over yet. It is not rolled over to the downside yet. And when I was looking at this, I decided, okay, well, what was going on 20 weeks ago? Let's go take a look. What was going on with Bitcoin 20 weeks ago that's causing us to not roll over yet? When we talk about the 20-week SMA, again, it's just the average price, the average price of the last 20 weeks. Okay, just those 20 data points. It's averaging one data point per week. Now, if you go back 20 weeks ago, the reason it's plateauing is because we're essentially replacing prices at around 35, 36K with prices at around 35 to 36K. So the reason it's plateauing is because of this. We're just sort of in this same region right here. And that's why the 20-week SMA has not yet rolled over. It's because we're just replacing the price with the same price that we were just a few weeks ago. So what's interesting is if we close the next week at around the same level and we close it, let's say we close the next week at around 33K, or let's say we close it at 35K, we're replacing 33K, it's not going to consequentially change the 20-week SMA that much. I mean, it might change a little bit, but there's a good chance that if the price of Bitcoin remains relatively constant for the next week or so, or it closes the next week at around the same valuation that it is now, there's a good chance here we just continue to see this move sideways. Now, what would cause it to roll over? Well, as we move out a few more weeks, as we get into later June, it's going to be having to keep up with this climb. And if Bitcoin's not going into the 50 or 60K region by say the middle to the end of the month, then the 20-week estimate is going to roll over and it's going to start coming down. That could be important because we know when it starts coming down, in the past, it can act as a resistance point the next time we go back up to it. Okay, you can see it did it here in 2019. Once that 20-week SMA rolled over, we moved up to it and we held resistance at it. You go back to 2017, we went above it, but we did not hold it as support. Remember, you actually want to get above it and then go back and hold it as support. So that's why I always say we need a weekly close above the 20-week SMA, and then we want to go back down, hold it as support to confirm that things are turning bullish again. Because in this instance, we did not go back down and hold it as support. We just continued to go back down lower. Then again, things were not bullish. So we'll need to navigate this with a fairly close eye to see if are we going to start coming back up to this after it rolls over, or maybe come down and then come back up to it after it rolls over, or is Bitcoin going to put in a relief rally sooner rather than later and get back above it before it rolls back over? So I think this will be an interesting thing to watch over the next several weeks. Obviously, you can make the case one way or another. I mean, we've talked about a lot of the different indicators for Bitcoin, where we are. My general thinking is that, maybe we get a relief rally at some point, but I do think that several months of consolidation for Bitcoin is needed before, at the very least, before we can make a major move to $100,000. I know that's not what people necessarily want to hear, but I mean, you go back, look, I mean, this is now the fourth week now where we're just sort of chilling down here. Okay, so this is not a V-shaped recovery. I mean, this is 2 weeks of just going sideways. I mean, and even the end of this week. So this week, at the end of it, just sideways. Here again, sideways, sideways. I don't know what this one's going to be. We'll have to wait and see. But again, we're not having, so far, we have not had a V-shaped recovery, and I don't think we're going to have a V-shaped recovery um, for Bitcoin. Okay, I think we need some consolidation. I think we need to spend some time at prices that are lower than $50,000 or $60,000 to really build out support and the confidence that we'll need to ultimately trend higher. So I would say don't be discouraged by the current price of Bitcoin, even if we go lower. I think this is needed in the grand scheme of the cycle for Bitcoin to have a move to $100,000, and that the sooner we go up, the sooner we move up, the less bullish I'll be in terms of where I think the cycle top could take us. I would like to see months of consolidation before we make substantial moves back to putting in a new all-time high. Okay, I don't think we're gonna immediately put in a new all-time high. I think it's gonna take a little while. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy the content. If you do, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Remember to check out the sale on the premium list, lock in the lower rate. You can find a link to that in the description below as well. You'll get access to weekly reports and videos, Telegram alerts channel, Telegram chat room, a risk dashboard, into the Cryptoverse app, and more. Finally, we do have t-shirts. So if you're looking for an Into the Cryptoverse t-shirt, make sure you check out the merch store, which you can find a link to in the description below as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to turn on your notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye.